delicious. Gotcha. Before we start, just a couple of bits. If you signed up for the newsletter kind of a couple of weeks ago, you do need to sign in to become a membership in order to get your free stuff. So go to thecrowhillcompany.com, set up a new membership, and finally, demos at thecrowhillcompany.com. We really welcome you contributing to our musical output. So if you want to send us demos of any of the stuff that we produce, this wonderful Vaults thing that we're going to be talking about today, and indeed something that's coming up quite soon, they can be contextual, they can be totally soloistic, sing on them, MC on them, whatever you want to do. We'd just be fascinated, one, to hear what you're doing with our stuff, but two, if we really like it, we'll reach out to you and say, can we use it on, our films and stuff like that. So, right, on with Vaults. I've got a story to tell you. It started in 2008, which to me, a man of my age, sounds so futuristic, because when I was a kid, 2008 looked like this. So to think that 2008 was a long time ago in the past is preposterous, until you consider that it was the year Barack Obama was made president for the first time. It was the year that Usher signed someone who became very famous, a Canadian singer, to, is it Def Jam Records? Yeah, Usher's got a piece of that pie. I mean, especially if you think it was 2 years after the first tweet, but 2 years before the first Instagram. Suddenly you go, yeah, that was a long time ago. But it was also a year that I inadvertently did something that's probably the most successful thing I've ever been involved with. And that was to sample a piano with a Celeste pedal down in the days before you Googled stuff to find out stuff. And I named it the felt piano, and it became the soft piano, and it was downloaded, or has been downloaded, 3 million times. So it was 2.5 weeks ago, I went down into my cellar, or my vault, if you will, to locate these master recordings and just to open them up and have a look. And then this happened. I've totally forgotten. I recorded 4 different things that day. There's Celeste, marimba, there's 5 things. Celeste, marimba, Steinway, and vibes. This is just nuts. So we've got this free thing on Crow Hill. And as I said, this was 2.5 weeks ago. And we had, we've got a roadmap that goes about 18 months into the future. Loads and loads of free stuff. I contacted the team and I said, we have to launch with this kind of undiscovered treasure. And 2.5 weeks later, we got it back. So what is it? Well, it's going to be a selection of different vaults that you can subscribe to, with the first one being free and free forever. Anything you grab from a vault, you get to keep for life, but we'll be putting stuff in and taking them out. And there's going to be some amazing private collections from artists and some more experimental stuff that we'll be doing bespoke for vaults, and some real gems that we've done in like R&D, all of that stuff. So it's going to be a lot of fun. So loading it into your DAW, I pretty much only use Logic. So I'd really appreciate your help. As this is a free download, I don't suppose you can get me some screen captures of the DAWs that you use, possibly with a VO as well. If we use them in future videos or on our FAQ, you'll get some free merch. Details down below of where to send those to. Right, so basically in Logic, go to Instrument, go to AU Instruments, Crow Hill, Vaults Beta, and then boom. Now, the reason we're calling it Beta is this is going to be a plugin that contains many different instruments, everything that you've grabbed from the vault. But at the moment in Beta, it is simply a host for the Attic Grand and that wonderful backstory. What I think I really like about it is It's easy to make you sound like you can actually play. My level is wedding band piano player. The problem with MIDI is it doesn't interpret how hard you play by how hard you play. It interprets it by how fast the key goes down. So with a lovely piano like this, there's a lot of travel. It can really interpret it. But with the smaller keyboards that you get, there's very, very little travel distance. So I don't know if you've ever used like a, one of those portable keyboards, and you'll suddenly find with a multi-layered sample that the loud layers jump out and it becomes very difficult to play. And I think this 2008 experiment helps us. Which makes me sound less like a wedding piano player. We've applied that methodology to the GUI and the effects that come packaged with the Attic Grand. And when we add new instruments, there'll be tailor-made effects, or macros actually, that will suit that instrument. So let me take you through the GUI. So let's go from the top here clockwise. First of all, you've got this inbuilt guide here, which is super sexy. The team that have worked on this are literally the best in the world, and I'm not joking when I said they started work on this 2.5 weeks ago. It's absolutely insane. So that's your little guide there. To get out of it, just hit cross. Here you have your VU meter, which we all use for going, I can see it, but can't hear it. You can also control your main volume there. And what I like, there's a few, as it opens up, it has a few effects in there. And what I really like, if you were to automate this, it remains musical. So we've got macros 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 here. And this controls that one, which is reverse. And this one controls that one, which is offset. Reverse. It's really musical. Further down you get, the less pronounced the reverse is, so that it doesn't muddy up your playing. But up here, it's really pronounced. So it really works. Again, these are very much bespoke macros designed for the instrument itself. So let's take that down. The reason why your wedding piano player or keyboard player is playing ahead of the beat, a lot of drummers and bassists complain about this, is because if they learn on the piano, it takes a while for the note to actually sound. So we all play ahead of the beat. Now, the problem with a lot of sample libraries is people want them to be tight when playing live. And keyboard players who are more used to synths, they don't enjoy the lag of the piano. So what we've done is we've done this offset here. If I put my mic close to the keys, you'll hear how tight it is, as a duck's arse underwater. And then here, that ensures you get all of that lovely noise of the piano beater hitting the string, and there's even more fun to be had. And when I mentioned the word macros, these aren't single effects, they're actually effect chains that have been, again, purposely and really beautifully designed for this instrument. And these ones down here are called Smash, Hair, Echo and Splosh, which I think sound like some Teletubbies that didn't make it through casting. So let's go from here. So all the way up, smash it to pieces. So it's a combination of limiters, compressors, and some other interesting stuff that's been thrown in there. It's designed so this stuff plays out of the box and plays like a record, and uses the experience of producers and all of these tricks of the trade, puts them just straight under your fingertips. Hair, it's a slight crunch designed on a British combo amp. I think these work really well in concert. Now with hair, it's, yes, you can hear it distorting slightly, but when you put that into a mix, you won't hear that. And what this does is basically add some upper harmonics that will make the piano easier to mix, more audible on a variety of different speakers, like things like phones and car stereos and studio monitors. And this is because it's adding a harmonic range, which makes it more audible. On to echo here. So that's speed correcting. If you automate your tempos and have a variable tempo, it'll create all sorts of glorious effects, not horrible clicks that you get on some other delay plugins. And finally, we have splosh. So dry, halfway, and then all the way. Cute thing down here. If you flick that, it'll reverse the direction. So it'll go splosh first, then echo. Which is a preference many people have. So let's have some fun with this. I'm going to make it a little bit tighter so it's easier to play. Put tons of reverse in there. Smash it there. Some hair there.